Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dee's Homestead. My name is Derek, and today on the channel we're going to be talking about the wood pellet stove, heating with the wood pellet stove. And as you can see, my glass is really dirty. You can't even see the fire inside. So today we're going to clean this thing out. Usually every couple of days I'll do what I'm getting ready to do right now. I'll come over here to the side right here, and if you look, that's the temperature of the air that it's putting out right now is 75 degrees. So I'll come over, hit this power button. It'll go through its cycle now of running and getting the fire put out and everything, and then we'll come back and we'll get this thing all cleaned out and ready to go again for a couple more days. So right now we just went through that really cold Arctic air blast, and this thing, it helps out a lot. Like, I know I had some friends there that were telling me that their house was down at like 50 some degrees. Mine, with this running and then the propane was backing up, helping, I think I was in the mid to upper 60s most of the time. So it makes a huge difference having this. So all right, we'll let this thing shut down and we'll get back out of here in just a couple minutes. All right everyone, welcome back. And now we're getting ready to clean out this pellet stove. As you saw there a little bit earlier, we shut it off and everything. Sorry, probably blinding you with the glare off my head, but if I wear a hat, then you can't see me. So I'm taking this off. Okay, about once a month or so you need to do, it's, what do you want to call it? It's sort of like a deep clean on your pellet stove. And that's what we're going to go over here today. I'm going to show you how to do a deep clean. You're going to start with your normal clean that you would normally do. So on this one in particular, it's a Vogelzang. Picked up at a Tractor Supply a couple years back. I really like it. It works good. I've had a couple issues with it, but nothing too major. So in the Vogelzang here, you're going to flip that side open. Flip these two doors open, or these two hinges here, so you can open up the door. And then as you see when you open up the door, you'll see all that ash sitting there on the glass and stuff. A lot of that falls down. That's why that carpet's discolored right there from all that ash falling down on there. And then inside, as you can see, lots of ash and stuff in there. So first thing you're going to want to do is just clean out all that ash. I'm hoping that you guys can actually see in there. So typically what I do is I just take the little bucket here, set it right in front, grab a ladle like this, and just start scooping ashes out. And like I said, this is typically something you would do every couple of days. You would shut the pellet stove down, clean it out real quick like this. And the goal here is just to get out as much as you can. And then we're going to use the vacuum on it here in just a minute. And I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, pellet stove, why are you using a pellet stove? You should be using a wood burner. And you're right, I probably should. It's not like I have a lack of trees. I could cut all my own wood and stuff, so that's not an issue. But the goal right now is I'm just going down in on the sides. So like the sides over here is where most of the ashes will go to when the machine's running. So that's the goal right now, is just to get all these cleaned out. As you can see there's a whole lot right there in that. And that's after several scoops already coming out. So usually you can get quite a few. And if you really want to get it good, you can then use your sweeper and stuff and actually vacuum out those sides and stuff like that. But then typically what I do is I pull out the burn pot right here. Again, Make sure you've shut this off and it's had a chance to cool down. Don't be grabbing that with your bare hands when it's super hot. If you do need to grab that and it hasn't been shut off for that long, make sure you're wearing gloves. And then you just want to get it all cleaned out inside. You'll get some stuff built up down in there. Usually what I find is just take a Phillips head screwdriver or something. Just go around on the sides and stuff. Scrape along the bottom. Tap it a couple times, a lot of that stuff will come right out. I usually make sure I do the same thing on the walls. Just sort of run the screwdriver along the walls to break up anything that's sort of stuck on those walls. And that's it. It's pretty much cleaned out inside there. So usually I just set that then up on top of the stove out of the way for now. I'm pretty much done with the bucket and stuff. I pulled out as much ash as I'm going to pull out for right this second. So usually I'll grab it, set it off to the side. And then one of your biggest investments is right there. You really want to make sure you get yourself, and luckily my mom and them got that for me for Christmas the one year. It's a really good ash vacuum. You want to make sure you get a really good ash vacuum, because even though we used a scooper and we scooped, you can see there's still a lot of ash right here on the door and inside right here in the burn pot area and stuff. And that's what we're going to do now, is vacuum that all out. And then we're going to end up doing some more stuff in a minute here that's going to make stuff dirty again. So you can see that good vacuum like that just cleans that stuff right up. Now you might say to yourself, how big of a deal is it as far as keeping my pellet stove clean and stuff, and doing this, what I was talking about, where once a month you're going to do a major clean on it. You might think, oh, is it really that important to do that major clean once a month? Well, if you have one of these Vogelzangs and you've noticed that it's not blowing out heat the way it used to blow out heat, it's probably because it needs this deep clean that we're getting ready to give this one right now. It's been about a month since I've done a deep clean on it, so that's what we're getting ready to do. Okay, one of the most important tools you can get for trying to do this work is right here. And you might say, wait, what is that? Well, that's a lint brush for a dryer. It's to clean out the lint in the dryer vent, but it works perfect for this. I wish I had more light to get up in here so you guys could really see, but there's like a ledge right there. If you can see that stuff running down, there's like a ledge right there that you just sort of run across. And when the exhaust, when this stuff burns, the ash goes up in the air. Well, when it does, it goes over to the corners on both sides, and there's holes there that then it goes down. And what happens is, over the month, that gets all plugged up down in the tubes down there on the side. I'm going to show you that in just a second. And that's what we're going to do here in just a second, is we're going to go in there and open that up, and we're going to clean those so that the air is not impeded anymore and can go through. But I found it's usually better to clean that ledge off up top first before you tear that off. And I normally see how there's all that dust and stuff in here again now. So now what I'll do is just do the same thing, run the vacuum and sweep that all up. Okay, another thing that I like to do while I have this right here is you can see that glass is all dirty. So if you watch, try and do this without knocking you guys over by accident. Usually what I do is I just take my sweeper and sweep off as much of this ash and stuff that's built up on the glass as I can. And yeah, I know that noise of it scratching on there is like a chalkboard in high school. But luckily we're done with that now. Okay, now I know they make all sorts of crazy stuff to clean the glass, because as you can see by my hand on the other side of that glass, it's still not really that clean. There's all those fingerprints and stuff on there. But what I've always found that works the best for me, I've never had any issues with it, is right there. Yep, just normal old Windex and a paper towel. I know a lot of people are going to throw comments down in there, and you can, feel free to. Tell me that that's not what I should use. It's bad for it. But it cleans it, and you'll see in just a second. Now, no issue seeing my hand. Some people say the best thing to use is the ashes and stuff, and they might be right. That might be the best thing to use, but that's what I always use right there. Some Windex, and it works perfect for me. So now that I did that, I'm gonna go ahead and put my ash pot, the burn pot, back in there. And then we're gonna move on to the next part of cleaning. Just give me 1 minute.